The new Zoo Revue Uncensored. Chapter 4. Charlie the Owl was pacing back and forth, in what turned out to be a rather dingy, cramped jail cell. Freddie the Frog was in a neighboring cell, drinking a bottle of soda pop that he happened to have smuggled in. The deafening barks and howls of dogs echoed through the hall. "What in the name of God has become of us?" grumbled Charlie. "This is all Dog's fault, and Emmy Joe's. We're never gonna have a future, with or without those two scumbags."
"Don't worry, Charlie,"
assured Freddie.
"We can still thrive in the city. We just need to try and prove to the people here that we're animals that can indeed talk, wear clothing, get jobs."
"God damn it, Freddie!" snapped Charlie. "What difference does it make at this point? To all the humans around here, we're still just animals. And besides, we don't really know how to get jobs. Don't you see? You and I are just as delusional as Emmy Joe and Doug are. And that fat-ass hippopotamus whose name I refuse to mention. Since when does a frog ever wear a sweatshirt or eat popcorn or play tennis or what the hell not? Since when does an owl ever wear a mortarboard, preach to others about science and history, or even conduct scientific—" "Say, you two look familiar," commented a dog pound employee approaching the duo. "I can't believe how long it's taken for me to recognize you guys." "I know just where to get you two home. Wait here." He promptly walked off. For poor Charlie, it was all over. He had just proven himself right about not being able to make it in the real world. It was all too much for him to bear. Later on, a certain young brown-haired lady stepped into the front lobby of the dog pound in a bathrobe.
"Oh, hello," greeted the front desk employee. "You must be, Emmy Joe, right?"
"Yes, sir,"
replied Emmy Joe.
"I'm here to look for a talking owl and frog."
"A talking owl and frog?" mumbled the front desk employee, puzzled at first.
He pondered for a moment before adding,
"Oh yeah, that's right. Come with me."
He led Emmy Joe into the room where Charlie and Freddie were being held hostage. But once they got there, the lights were out. They could hardly see a thing.
"Huh?"
asked the front desk employee.
"That's odd. Can't even find the switch."
He dug into his pocket to look for his flashlight, pulled it out, and turned it on. As they slowly walked through the hallway, besides some dog barks and howls here and there, the duo could begin to hear some strange growling and chewing sounds. The front desk employee waved his flashlight around, wondering where that kind of noise was coming from. What he and Emmy Joe discovered was guaranteed to ruin the childhoods of anybody growing up watching New Zoo Revue. Charlie was on top of Freddie, eating the poor, helpless frog alive in the same manner as your typical bird of prey. Trails of blood were oozing all over the place.
"Oh my God!"
screamed Emmy Joe in eldritch horror. "Charlie!" Charlie turned his attention towards Emmy Joe and the front desk employee. There was nothing left of the former Charlie. He was now a savage, bloodthirsty beast, his eyes glowing a bright, murderous red. "Stay away from my dinner, foolish humans," the owl snarled. He promptly lunged toward Emmy Joe and started ripping off her bathrobe. Thus, her naked behind was once again exposed to the world.
"Ooh, nice eyes," muttered the front desk employee.
Just as Emmy Joe was starting to get back up, Charlie drove his beak deep into her chest, ripped her heart out, and ravenously gobbled it up. Charlie burst out of the dog pound and continued his rampage throughout the city. He did all sorts of additional questionable acts. He killed and ate innocent pets. He wrecked vehicles. He broke into various restaurants and clubs just for the sake of frightening people. He even ripped elderly men's faces off and knocked them out of their wheelchairs. Finally, policemen were able to track down the psychotic owl and start firing over 100 or so bullets at once, bringing the creature down on his knees. However, there was only one problem. The bullets were not enough to kill Charlie. He looked up toward the policeman and, snarling viciously, rolling his eyes and frothing at the beak, started crawling straight towards them. "Quick, we need to reload," commanded the police chief. And so they all did, and managed to fire an additional 100 or so bullets at Charlie. It seemed to do the trick, until they could all see Charlie slowly open his eyes once again, and hear him inhale, "You stole their mind, coppers. You stole their mind." The cops immediately proceed to reload again and fire just a few extra shots at the possessed owl. This time, he had surely been killed. Just then, the police could hear some strange, squeaky-sounding moans, groans, and gargles. They turned around and were stunned at the sight of Freddie, still just barely alive, limping down the street, his internal organs and flesh dangling from the gaping hole in his abdomen.
Help me,
Gasped Freddie.
I be eaten alive.
"Quick, we need to reload again," shouted the police chief. And so they all proceed to fire around 100 or so shots at Freddie the Frog, killing him too. As soon as it had begun, the hoot-pocalypse was over. "God damn," muttered one of the policemen. "Our children will be heartbroken for sure once they hear about this." "No kidding," agreed another cop. "It was quite an unusual thing having these two animals talk and sing." In the end, Freddie, Charlie, and even Henrietta, once she finally succumbed to a heart attack from all the junk food she had devoured over the years, all went to heaven because God could see the goodness in them all and forgave them for their sins. Doug and Emmy Joe, on the other hand, would go to burn in hell forever because their deceitfulness, greed, and sexual perversions were enough to prove these two conundrums of human beings irredeemable beyond belief. Enough said. The end.